Look at this audacity, guys. Make me walk into the street.
Excuse me. Hello? You're not videoing me, are you? There's some sheriffs behind you. I'm telling you not to take my picture.
Hello, and welcome back to Legal Dissent, where we evaluate your constitutional rights before they're taken away. We hope you all had a safe and happy St. Patrick's Day yesterday, and if you did have a good time, please let us know in the comments below and by liking this video and subscribing to our channel. Today we have two pretty short encounters with law enforcement that are examples of questions that we get all the time. The first is if you are allowed to film private citizens in public or if it's just the police. The second is if officers have the authority to demand the ID of an auditor so that they can subpoena the video recording as evidence later on. The first clip comes from Acura Amanda as she is filming on a public sidewalk. As always, the links to the channels, videos, case law, and statutes are located in the description below.
Hello everyone, Acura Amanda here. I've seen somebody from Volusia County that has the audacity to block the sidewalk, guys. Look at this audacity, guys. Make me walk into the street.
Excuse me? What are you doing? Excuse me? Hello? You're not videoing me, are you? There's some sheriffs behind you. I'm telling you not to take my picture. Excuse me, is she allowed to take my picture? And I'm telling her not to? What's that? Is she allowed to video me and I'm telling her not to?
Yeah, you're in a public place. You have no expectation of privacy, so she's allowed that. Okay. Keep doing what you're doing.
Like I said, guys, before I was rudely interrupted, the audacity to block the sidewalk.
The officer was absolutely correct here. The United States Supreme Court has held in Katz that the Fourth Amendment's protection from unreasonable searches is defined by a two-part test. First is if an individual exhibited an actual, subjective expectation of privacy, and finally, if that expectation is one that society is prepared to recognize as a reasonable expectation. Therefore, police officers, county officials, and private citizens like you and me have absolutely zero reasonable expectation of privacy of anything that we may display in the public arena. Well done by Acura Amanda and also the officer involved for knowing the law and not making a big deal about it. The next clip comes from Auditor Chuck Bronson as he is filming a DUI traffic stop in Indiana. As he is filming, the officer approaches him and asks for his identification so that they can obtain the recording later on as evidence.
Evening, sir. I'm not stopping you. I don't have any problems with you being here. I just would like your information to come down. We're about to do some field sobriety and everything, okay. So in case it comes to court, we want to be able to subpoena for that video footage. Is that okay?
What do you want?
I just need to have your information, your contact information, your address and everything so that I can be able to get in contact you in case we need to use that footage in court. Is that okay?
I don't really like giving that information.
Well, then I'm sorry that we need to have that information so that we can use the footage so that it can be properly utilized in the court case.
I don't have my ID on me or anything.
That's okay. I can just write it down. Is that all right? I'll just have you write it all down.
I mean, if you're going to threaten to arrest me or something, I guess I will, but...
I'm not threatening to arrest you at all.
I
just want to use that information in court.
I'd rather not give any information that's live. I'll share a link with you if you like.
Okay, sure. What's the link?
It will be under Your News, Channel 5. And
your News being
Your News.
Y-O-U-R?
Yep.
Okay. Some people will abbreviate online.
It'll be under Your News, Channel 5.
All one thing?
Yes. And then I named it Sobriety check.
Okay, so the website is Your News Channel 5.
Yep, and then sobriety check.
And sobriety check is the link that would be under.
Correct.
Is it .com, channel5.com?
It'll just be on YouTube.
On YouTube.
Yep, it's
Okay.
live on YouTube right now.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
Yep.
This encounter took place in the state of Indiana, and under state law, refusal to identify is only a crime when you refuse to give it to an officer who has stopped you for an infraction or an ordinance violation. There is no law that compels citizens to provide evidence to the police. Therefore, because the auditor was not stopped for an infraction or an ordinance violation, he had zero obligation to give his identification to the police officer. The auditor does kind of cop out here as he gives him the link to the YouTube video, which is fine. We just hate seeing people give anything voluntarily to the police, and we'd rather see auditors just say no. It's not the auditor's responsibility to do the police officer's job for them and record the sobriety test. The officers have multiple cameras recording the entire stop and have absolutely no need for the auditor's point of view. We all know that the officers here don't really care about the video, and they are merely fishing for identification. Ultimately, you do not have to give your ID unless you are legally required to, which in most states is only if you've been charged with some type of criminal offense or infraction, or if you are driving a motor vehicle. Do you have a video you'd like us to evaluate? Shoot it our way, and we'll see you next time, right here on Legal Dissent.